In the world of football, few things ignite passion like a clash between historic rivals. This past weekend, Arsenal and Manchester United renewed their storied rivalry at Old Trafford in what was arguably the most anticipated fixture of the Premier League's opening game week for 2025-26. The Gunners emerged victorious with a narrow 1-0 win, but the match was far more gripping than the scoreline suggests, and it left plenty to unpack. Let's dive into 3 key takeaways that defined this encounter and what they mean moving forward. A hard-fought victory amidst challenges. Arsenal secured all 3 points thanks to Riccardo Calafiori's first-half strike, which proved decisive despite Manchester United dominating possession and peppering the goal with 22 shots, 7 of them on target. While the result will undoubtedly bring relief to Arsenal fans given their team's historical struggles at Old Trafford, though Mikel Arteta has started reversing that trend, there's no denying that the performance itself raised some concerns. The game promised high drama, with 2 marquee summer signings facing off. Viktor Gyökeres for Arsenal and Benjamin Šeško for Manchester United. However, the match only produced 1 goal from a combined total of 31 attempts, leaving many wondering whether both teams are still finding their rhythm early in the season. And this is the part most people miss. It wasn't just about missed chances. It highlighted deeper tactical issues for both sides. For Manchester United, the loss stings, especially after showing glimpses of how dangerous they can be under Ruben Amorim. They controlled large portions of the game, particularly through their dynamic midfield play and overlapping runs down the wings. Yet, they failed to capitalize when it mattered most. Could this be a sign of growing pains as Amorim continues shaping his squad? Or does it point to lingering weaknesses from last season's disastrous campaign? On Arsenal's side, the victory came with an asterisk. Yes, they walked away with a clean sheet, but their lack of creativity in attack and inability to maintain consistent possession against a pressing opponent were glaring flaws. Kai Havertz provided a spark in the second half with his movement and link-up play. Yet Viktor Gyökeres barely got involved, a worrying sign considering the hefty price tag attached to his transfer. Was it nerves, poor service, or something else entirely? Either way, Arsenal must address these shortcomings quickly if they hope to compete with Liverpool, Newcastle, and Manchester City later this season. Where should Man United invest their resources? But here's where it gets controversial. Should Manchester United prioritize bolstering their midfield or solving their ongoing goalkeeper dilemma? Both areas played pivotal roles in Sunday's defeat. Altay Bayınder's error gifted Arsenal the lead, reigniting debates over who should start between the posts. Andre Onana, newly signed, but without a full preseason, looms as a potential solution, though whispers about bigger names like Gianluigi Donnarumma and Emiliano Martinez suggest Amorim isn't satisfied yet. Meanwhile, Manchester United's midfield boasts immense talent, including Bruno Fernandes, Matheus Cunha, Bryan Mbeumo, and the rejuvenated Mason Mount. Despite their dominance in the center of the park during this match, rumors persist that Amorim wants to upgrade further by bringing in someone like Carlos Baleba. This raises an intriguing question. With so much firepower already available, is another big money signing necessary? Fans and pundits alike will surely weigh in on this debate as the transfer deadline approaches on September 1st. New strikers, new pressures. Benjamin Šeško and Viktor Gyökeres, 2 of the summer's biggest acquisitions, faced contrasting fortunes in their respective debuts. Šeško entered late in the second half and showed flashes of brilliance, using his physical presence and technical skill to trouble Arsenal's backline. However, he struggled to make a decisive impact against defenders like Gabriel and William Saliba. Still, Amorim hinted pre-season that Šeško could become the focal point Manchester United desperately needs up front. If the supporting cast around him clicks, expect the Slovenian to thrive sooner rather than later. Gyökeres, on the other hand, had a quieter outing. Arsenal's lack of cohesion in midfield limited his opportunities, forcing him to drift wide and chase scraps instead of operating centrally, as intended. Matthijs de Ligt's defensive prowess didn't help matters either, often preventing Gyökeres from getting into threatening positions. To unlock his potential, Arsenal must learn to consistently feed him the ball in dangerous areas. Will they rise to the challenge in upcoming matches? Only time will tell. With Manchester United set to face Fulham and Arsenal hosting Leeds next, both strikers will likely get another chance to shine. If history is any indication, they'll improve significantly in their second outings. But will that improvement translate into goals? That remains the million-dollar question. So, dear reader, we turn it over to you. Who do you think will adapt faster, Šeško or Gyökeres? Do you agree with Manchester United's rumored transfer priorities? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take.